Welcome back to the Thom Hartmann Program. I'm Alex Lawson, filling in for Thom, who is actually currently working on a documentary on the effects of climate change. And, you know, there's so much happening in D.C., so much topical news that it is actually a struggle to ensure that we also talk about the issues that are just there, that we need to focus on, that we need to take action on, that we, the people, are always going to be the leaders on. We cannot wait for Washington, D.C. to act because they're just not going to. And climate change is one of those that is so clear that there's too many politicians in the pockets of big oil and the extractive industries. But the power in our hands is extremely great. So acting together, we can actually take on climate change. And joining me in studio right now, Dr. Corinna Basler from Green Festivals, which you can check out at greenfestivals.org. Dr. Basler, thank you for joining us on the Thom Hartmann Program.
Thank you for having me, Alex. I really appreciate it.
So tell us a little bit about your organization, what you do, and what your focus is.
Sure. The Green Festival Expo is America's largest and longest running green living and sustainability event. We do bring together the latest and very best in green living, and we have thousands of green products from food, from solar, home and garden, yoga. We have inspirational speakers, educational workshops. We have a family fun pavilion. We believe that we as a consumer, we are the one who can make the difference. And we do have our show upcoming here in Washington, D.C. This will be our 13th year in a row. At the D.C. Convention Center, we're open to the public. We are really a diverse community, and we really want to invite and embrace everyone. So all day on Saturday from 10 to 6 and on Sunday from 10 to 5. And don't forget, it's Mother's Day weekend, in case you have not made a brunch reservation for your mom yet. And I know there are people out there who haven't. Just take your mom, take your whole family, and just come to the Green Festivals. We have so many offers, and we have so much fun going on, and we really want to make sure everyone is invited.
So I actually I know all about the DC Green Festival because my business partner, Kimon Freeman, and I's radio station, We Act Radio, we've been a media partner for many years because we at We Act Radio and just individually, we really do fully believe that the power that individuals have in choices that they make, in consumer choices that they make, has a tremendous amount of power when it comes to tackling the issue of climate change. So what do you think I have a theory or a philosophy that what we really want to do, let me go the other way. Sometimes people are like, oh, I can't do all the things that I'm supposed to do. And so then I'm going to not do anything because if I don't do it all, then I'm not doing enough. And I think that we as a movement really need to encourage people to do the best that you can. Even small changes add up and they're cumulative. So what do you think about that concept?
Alex, you're literally speaking out of my heart. It's there is this disconnect between the changes you can make and also the changes you cannot make. So I feel right now there's this focus on the government and abroad and what we cannot do and what we cannot change. But we should not forget we as a consumer, we're very powerful. We are basically voting with our dollars to where to invest our money in which companies. And we have to create the demand. And if we create a green, sustainable demand, the companies will follow.
Yeah, and we already are seeing this. We're seeing there are some amazing companies out there that are doing amazing work. We're seeing, even though the big oil is subsidized, not just through just pure cash subsidies, but also in limiting their liability, which is almost incalculable, the costs to the consumer on that. If they had to actually factor in all of the actual costs, oil would not be a cheap form of energy.
Absolutely.
But even with that, even with those massive structural advantages that big oil has, we're seeing remarkable strides in terms of solar, in terms of other renewable energy, that the business case is there, that there is a big money business case in sustainable technology and sustainable products and sustainable business models. And consumers are the reason that that is happening. It's because consumers are stating, they're voting with, their consumer choices, and they're saying, we would rather actually pay, if it has to be, slightly more if we know that we're not destroying the planet.
Absolutely.
Talk a little bit about that.
Well, people sometimes wonder, how can I make a difference? What can I do in my everyday life? And honestly, obviously, we have to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And this is the easiest influence, the easiest decision we can make. What are we putting on our plate every day? And 51% of the CO2 emissions are actually caused by animal agriculture, not by all the transportation combined, planes, military. If you combine it all together, it's still animal agriculture. And that goes back to actually which diet you're following. So if you go ahead and go with a plant-based diet, you actually can mitigate climate change right away. You don't need the government. You can do it. So let's take our money and let's invest into green products. And at the Green Festival Expo, we do have those green, tasty products where people can shop, they can sample, they can see what works for me, they can discuss and network with like-minded people. We want to make sure we really invite everyone. You don't have to be vegan, you don't have to be green. We want to make sure we reach out to everyone who wants to make a difference nowadays. And it's time. We really cannot wait for the next generation to make that change, to make the difference. We have to protect our resources right now. And you know what? It is possible. And it's also fun and entertaining. We want to make sure at our shows that people can bring their families, bring their mom, get some gifts which keep on giving, buy some wellness and green beauty products. But also we have an incredible lineup of speakers. At 2:30 on Sunday, we have Dr. Jill Stein, the Green Party presidential candidate, joining us, talking about how to create jobs with sustainability and how to make this transition. We also have Gene Bauer. He's a founder of the Farm Sanctuary, talking about animal agriculture. And again, what can we do as a consumer? We have a vegan vegetarian food court. We have solar devices. If you want to get your garden ready, we have fantastic home and garden products and how to save water. Basically, how to work, live, and play green with products that are accessible and also affordable. Because sometimes people feel, I really want to make a difference, but I don't know how, and where can I get those products? And they're so expensive. But at the Green Festival Expo, we want to show people it is easy.
And the DC Green Festival this weekend at the DC Convention Center on Saturday, 10 to 6 p.m. and Sunday, 10 to 5 p.m. People can go and just find out more about choices that they can make that would benefit not just the planet, but also they're not. So let's take the plant-based diet. Mm-hmm. I think some people think, oh, well, if I'm not vegan, then, that is it's a 0 or a 1. It's a binary choice. But that's not true. You can reduce your consumption of animal products. You can increase your consumption of sustainable products. Right. And each step that you make in that direction is a great thing.
You're absolutely right. Even the small changes will make a big difference. And I would like to recommend to people just to try it out. Those vegan products, they're full of protein. It really helps for your health as well. It reduces the blood pressure. It's just good for in the long run for the healthcare system. There's really a bigger picture involved. And the more and more people learn about it and open their heart and see what we're doing to the animals and see how easy it is nowadays to try those great, delicious products we have, I'm sure many, many people will follow.
Dr. Corinna Basler from greenfestivals.org. Thank you so much for joining us on the Thom Hartmann Program. If you're in D.C. this weekend, go to the D.C. Green Festival at the Convention Center. You can find out more about the festivals nationwide at greenfestivals.org. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you again, and thanks for all your great work. Appreciate it.
We'll be right back.